there is a time in my career where I needed to say yes to more things, not to everything, but to more things, because it made me more aware of myself, what's out there, how much I should be paid, how much sleep, how much rest I need before a show, how to audition, how to nourish my relationship with my agent, how to how to communicate in rehearsal or not. All of these things, even working with female pop stars, how much flirting is professional and how much needs to be pulled back, for the sake of doing the job well. I mean, there's so much that needs to be practiced. And sometimes when you get started, you should be doing a lot of work. Even if it's free work, it's still part of your journey to learn what you bring to the table. So it comes back down to, what kind of career do you want? Do you want a career of just doing a couple shows every once in a while? Do you want to be consistently on tour? Do you only want to do music videos? Do you, if you're an actor, do you only want to do romantic comedies, or do you want to do, Shakespeare? And, there's so many angles. So again, what kind of career do you see yourself having? And that should help you determine what job you say yes to and which ones you pass on.
Yeah. No, that's awesome advice there. I'm going to kind of try to dig something up right now, man, if that's all right. Because this is the part I kind of like. It's I don't want to say it's like the juicy part, man, but like, it's the things when we talk about the industry, bro, right?
Yeah.
And look, I think you and I could probably agree, we were agreeing before that, like, they don't care, right? That people don't necessarily care. And I think there's a lot of other things to the industry that a lot of dancers who are coming into it are unaware of. And look, what are those things for you about the industry that people don't really know about? And is there any kind of particular experience that you've had, or is there like an area that maybe needs to be touched upon to sort of bring into the light? Has there been, like, is there anything that you see right now within the industry that you feel kind of needs to be spoken about and maybe changed, or like just at least a conversation to be had that never is allowed to be had when we're on the job? Because it's difficult, bro.
Chris,
Because
stop asking questions. You ask your questions have like 7 layers to it. Dang, wait, hold on.
Sorry. I think out loud.
Okay. Oh my God. My wife does the same thing. She asks me one question, then another one, then another. I'm like, wait.
My bad.
I want to answer all of them.
Sorry. All right,
but they all have different answers,
All right, let's talk about the things that we're not allowed to talk about the industry that you feel okay and comfortable to talk about, right? The things that's always hush hush, man. It's like, we're not allowed to talk about these things, but maybe, hey, we're not trying to. My whole approach here isn't to try to throw shade at anyone. It's just more so to find empowerment for the other generations to come through who might not have any idea, to shed a bit of light, So then it's like, oh, okay, at least we know now a bit.
Well, I mean, my brain goes a few different places. The first place is, my mentor told me a long time ago, or one of the mentors that I came in contact with, they said, "Gee, you're really inspirational. You're really motivational. That's great. But what's next?" And then we came up with this idea, like, I want to practice being a transformational coach. And so that me saying that makes what I share on podcasts and conversations a bit more forward thinking, because I can easily start venting about things that hurt me in the past. But I think
Gotcha.
one of the elements that I think isn't spoken about often
Mm.
is that we are our own business, and that we should carry ourselves like a business, even though we don't answer to a superior, so to speak, until we get hired on a job. Then we have a, tour manager, we have, our stage manager, we have our day-to-days, and we have our agencies, and we have these different people. I think it's important that even young professionals and old, that we remember that we are a business. So how we present ourselves on social media, how we
Yeah.
present ourselves in an audition, it should be like a corporation would. I think sometimes we throw ourselves around, and then we wonder why people don't call this a real job. And I think it's often because we don't conduct ourselves as real professionals. I I think what often isn't spoken about is that just because you're talented doesn't mean that you're going to get every job you go for. I mean, there's talent, there's skill, and then there's experience. And I think the connection and the frequency and the tempo of that circulation creates the career, right? And a lot of times people say, I'm talented, but yeah, I'm hot. Yeah, you look good. Wow. You have no experience. So what you still need to learn, I need you to go get that before you expect to be. But I don't think that you need to get that to be a professional. You can have a professional mindset as a beginner dancer. A beginner performer can still have a professional mindset. So I think what often isn't spoken about, like you mentioned, is how professional we should carry ourselves, so that we aren't mistreated in the workplace as having as needing to have a real job. Well, if you conduct yourself as a professional, then this is a real job.